Hey! They have dates on them? I don't know if that's any good for you.
No, it's okay. Are you able to tell me how many more sets you have in case you want to come back, or is it private? Oh, that's all you got?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless somebody brings them in, we don't get them.
That's what I figure. It's not something that's in circulation.
Yeah,
like
and for us to order them, we have to order so many of them that we don't order them.
Let me ask you, if someone brings them in, do they sit forever, or do they eventually go back to someone else?
Very long. I'm
sure there's plenty of people that come looking for them.
Yeah, you just keep on asking.
Okay. Appreciate your effort and time.
Can I help you? Okay, well, I'm at the drive-thru, so I can give you a withdrawal slip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You need a bag or something?
Nope, that's fine.
I don't have.
What's up, guys? I want to do a video on silver again, and my experience with silver. So here's my haul for today. I had visited 3 different banks. I did some bank scouting, which sounds great. It's like, you know, some kind of a bank robber or something, but obviously I'm never going to rob a bank. I would hope that's apparent at this point. But it's funny because I was casing out a bunch of different banks because I wanted to see where they were, what they were all about, what kind of banks. And I even took pictures of the front so I wouldn't forget where they were. I noticed part of one of my jobs, I have to travel a little bit. And when I'm traveling to and from work, I noticed that there's 9 banks. So in the future, when I have more currency to spend doing this, I will certainly hit up all those banks. And when I say hit up, I'm not robbing them. I'm just going there to inquire about the money they have inside and trade my money for their money of equal value, face value anyway. So just get that off the table right now. I'm not planning on robbing a bank ever. But yeah, so in the future when I have more money to invest in this little project, I guess I can call it, I will certainly hit up those 9 different banks. But in my immediate area where it's not an inconvenience to me, there are 3 banks. Now, I learned some stuff today by going to all 3 banks. Now, the one bank is my personal bank, so I know all about it. I know the people, they know me. Everything's totally cool there. If they happen to have half dollars or dollars, it's not a problem. They'll ask around, and the girls are they're wonderful. And the guy that's there, the manager, just awesome people, really awesome people. Tiniest little bank, little hole in the wall, country style bank. I love it. It's fantastic. I know a lot of you guys out there and girls, you visit your bank and it's like this huge corporation, and this massive building, and you go in there and there's like 100 people online. My bank, you literally couldn't fit 30 human beings in. That's how small it was, or is, I should say. They have a desk for in a small office, but you can barely stand in there, and that's for obviously opening accounts, stuff like that. That's their private little room, and then there's like 4 tellers, and that's it. It's all there's room for in a Mac machine. So yeah, teeny tiny bank, but I love that because it's a small town mentality. But as I mentioned before, with finding silver in currency at your banks, it's luck of the draw. And what I've learned is most banks these days, they do not order coins anymore. Now, when I first got into silver, there was that option to order a case, and I mentioned that before, where you can get 250 bucks worth of half dollars. They don't do that anymore. It's just, I guess they're doing away with it. Who knows what the reason? I'm not going to speculate as to what it is, but they just don't do it. So most banks you walk into, you say, hey, can I order a case? No, sorry, can't. How it's going to work is, at least in America, from my understanding after talking to bankers from 3 different banks about this, is that if they have half dollars and dollar coins, it's because customers brought them in, period. They don't order them, they don't get them. But for the most part, once they do get them, they sit in the vault. If they have loose ones like this, they'll be in a teller's drawer. And that's one way to get them. But other than that, they're just sitting in the vault they have there, and they just kind of sit there until someone gets them. But there's enough people out there who are asking for them all the time that they don't sit there too long. So it's not really a problem or an issue. But what I want to talk about is, first of all, the things I learned. One bank I went to, first of all, they were extremely rude. I've never been to this. I've been to the bank before asking for coins, and I remember them being rude then too. Like, it's almost like you're bothering them. Because I guess people do go in all the time and then they'll ask about it, but it's your job. You can politely say, no, we don't. But anyway, they gave me like a huge attitude about it. And then I was very, you know me, you guys know me by now, I'm a very polite person, particularly in public with strangers. I'm always very happy-go-lucky, smiley, polite, It's not, I'm never a jerk to anyone, really. But they had this huge attitude about it. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Fine, that's okay. And I said, can I have a couple rolls of quarters and dimes? Because besides doing the half dollars and silver dollars, quarters, it's going to be very, very rare for you to find silver quarters in circulation. They get plucked out like anyone's business. But sometimes people forget about dimes. I'm going to make a separate video about that. There are silver content in dimes that people don't remember or forget about. What's stuck into people's minds are the 1964 deal. All right, 64 and earlier quarters, people pluck them right out of circulation. They pluck them right from the bank, blah, blah, blah. But there's a lot of other ones like this Eisenhower. All right, 1972 Eisenhower dollar. This is 40% silver. Okay, I'm gonna do a whole separate video on this, so I'm not really gonna talk about it too much. But yeah, this has silver content in it. People forget about that. They look at the date, they go, oh, it's not 1964. And you look at the rim and you do, oh, it's not silver, there's copper, blah, blah, blah. There's silver in this. There's 1/3 of an ounce of silver. It's $10 worth of silver in today's market. I invested $1 in this today, and I'm walking away with $10. How many different places can you walk into a building and walk out with 10 times the money you came in with? So, fascinating. All right, anyway, I'm not gonna make a video on that. I basically just told you what I wanted to tell you. Is that people forget about the 40% silver coins. What people are so focused on is 1964 and earlier, and they're focused on the 90% coins. But sometimes things like this are forgotten. So a $1 coin that no one really cares about, I know has $10 worth of silver in it. So that was a nice little score today. That was my biggest score. Now I want to talk about this. How I'm approaching this is differently. What I used to do is I used to walk into a bank and I would ask if they have any half dollars, and I would ask if they have any dollar coins, and if they did have, you know, Kennedy halves and Eisenhower dollar coins, I'd look through them and, you know, take out the dates I want and give the rest of them back. Like these two, we have a 1971 and 1974. These have no silver content in them. And what I used to do is, okay, I'll take your thing, I'll look at it and go, all right, thanks anyway, I'm not interested, and give them back. There's two problems with that. First of all, I'm really wasting the bank's time, even though it's their job. I don't want to be the jerk who keeps coming in and being annoying. The second point to this is that I would go back and I'd ask again next week, and guess what? I'd be looking at the same two coins. So I'm wasting everyone's time, including my time. So what I'm doing now is I'm approaching this differently. Instead of just taking silver content, if I have money to invest in this project, let's call it, for me it's forced savings. So instead of looking through the dates, if they have half dollars, they have Kennedy halves, or they have Eisenhower dollars, I'm taking them. I'm taking everything that they have. Now, if they do not have silver content, I'm just going to put it aside and it'll be like money in the bank to me. Some people have, you know, money in a bank account. This is my bank account. So if I don't have silver content, they'll all get put aside in a big old pile, and eventually it'll add up and it's money saved. It's money I won't be spending. So it's just like the idea of gambling. If you go to Vegas with $1,000 to gamble, you can't go there thinking you're going to come home with $50,000. What you have to do with the mindset is you have to go there with $1,000 thinking, you know what, I'm spending $1,000 for entertainment, and I'm not expecting to walk away with anything at all. And if you do happen to win or make some money, it's a bonus, because that's what gambling is. You're spending your money for entertainment. If you happen to win, fine, but it's not a guarantee, obviously. So same with this. I'm taking a gamble, although it's not really a gamble because I'm trading one type of money for another type of money of its exact same value. So today I invested, I have $100 in halves, I have $10 in dimes, I have $1 and $2, so 1, 10, 11, 50, or 12, sorry. So $112 I invested today in my search for silver. And no matter what I find here or don't find, I have $112 that will be set aside and saved for me, for future, you know, emergencies. I want to have money. It's peace of mind to have a little bit of money for an emergency. Whatever it may be. Maybe a medical emergency, maybe, I don't know, something, I was robbed, my car breaks. More realistically, I have a car problem, because it doesn't matter what kind of car you have, eventually you have some kind of problem, or who knows, maybe I just didn't make enough money this month and I need to pay a bill. Whatever it is, it's emergency money set off to the side, it's savings. And I like that. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside to have a little bit of money set aside. So if I do find silver in this little stash, it's just a bonus. And that will be set aside separately in, you know, what's beginning to be a new silver collection. And maybe that'll earn money in the future, maybe it'll grow, maybe it won't grow. But right now, investing in coins for silver as opposed to any other type of silver, you cannot lose. There's no other way I can explain it. There's no way you can lose, okay? Let's talk about this again. I spent $1 on this coin today. I traded a paper dollar for a coin dollar. This has $10 worth of silver in it. Okay, at $30 an ounce has a third of an ounce. Even if silver drops, it's going to take a really, really long time to drop down to $1. Okay, a third, in other words, it would be $3 an ounce, which is ridiculous. You're not going to see that anytime soon, probably for many, many years. If it even were to drop, it might go up. All right, so a quick recap. I'm just saving my money. That's all this is. If I find silver, it's a bonus, but there's no way you can lose on this. So any of you out there in America, and perhaps other countries have your own old currency that happens to have silver content. I can't give you details about everything. I can just talk specifically to the United States for now. Perhaps in the future I'll talk about other coins, because I know obviously people watch these videos from all around the world. But I'm focusing on the United States because that's where I happen to live. So again, you can't watch this video and go, oh, you're wasting your time. There's nothing wrong with this. Not that I'm trying to justify doing it to anyone, but I'm just telling you, if you happen to be in the bank and you don't ask if they happen to have these things, I mean, you may not be interested in it, that's fine, but you're missing out. It takes, it's no sweat off your back. You don't have to go out of your way to the bank. In fact, in the future, if I go to banks to check for this stuff, I'm not going to waste my own gas or time to do that. If I happen to be there already, cashing a check or running an errand, whatever, it's exciting. How many people out there, even comedians talk about this, oh my God, standing in line at the bank is the worst thing ever. I love to go to a bank. It's awesome. In fact, if someone's like, oh, I got to go to the bank, I'll go for you. No big deal. People are like, their minds are blown by it. Like, what is your deal? Why are you so excited to go to the bank? That's why I'm excited, because it's like walking into a casino for me, and I love it. So I'm not gonna open the dimes on this video because that's gonna be boring, but I will make a separate video on dimes in the future and what dimes, what years and stuff have silver content, and how much they're actually worth. All right, you can make a 10-cent investment and walk away with $5 worth of silver in that single dime. But just like quarters, it's gonna be rare to find them in circulation, but it's just a gamble. So if you go to your bank and you don't find anything like this, if nothing else, get a roll of dimes. $5, and you're gonna walk away with $5 still. And if you don't find any silver and you're real mad about it, then spend your dimes somewhere. Not a big deal. As far as the $50 stuff, some people, when they get them in circulation, if you happen to have one for some reason, even if you spend it at a store, those stores in return still go to the bank. So this stuff always ends up at the bank no matter what. So anyway, as I mentioned before, the 4 savings things. So these 2 $50 were a score from one bank. That's all they happen to have. I didn't even look at the dates. I just took them as to clean the bank completely out. So if I do go back, I'm not looking at the same coin. So these do not have silver content. Okay, 1974 and 1971, candy $50. So these will just be set aside for savings. So I have $1 in my home savings account, which is very nice. This, however, does have silver, invested $1, and I got about $10 worth of silver. So that'll be set aside. So I'm gonna open these and go through them and see if there's anything in here. If not, like I said, if nothing else, I got $100 in the bank, my own home bank, saved forever. Now these paper wrappers, they do have dates on them. Now I'm not sure, I would assume that they do correspond with the coins inside. They may be written for a different purpose. I have no idea. I'm gonna say there's a likely chance this says 1974. This is probably a bunch of 1974 $50. So this tells me that the person who brought these in probably knew about the silver content and probably brought these in because either these are ones that they didn't want because it had no silver, or maybe they're doing the same thing I'm doing and this is their return. Eventually they wanted regular cash for it to spend it easier, so then they returned it. Either way, you don't know. It could say no silver in here on top. Does that mean you're gonna trust what the wrapper says? No, I have no idea what's in here. So we're gonna open them up and see if we find anything. If we don't, we don't. Like I said, either way, you can't lose with this venture. It's a lot of fun. It's something, I'm excited all day. I'm happy and excited for this, and it gives me something to look forward to. And if nothing else, like I said, I got $100 saved for emergency purposes. So it's fantastic. So yes, this will be boring. I'm telling you, for the rest of the video, we're just gonna be finding out if there's any silver in this pile. If you're not interested in that, click on a knife review, because I probably posted one today as well. That's to not get everyone upset by this video, if you're not into it. All right, so I'm gonna kind of go through this quickly, and it's just gonna be a big pile of mess. Move that over to the side. We'll put these 2, so I know they don't have silver in them, off to the side. All right, 74. Now, by the way, we're looking for, in $50, we're looking for 1970 and earlier. Okay, from 1965 to 1970, $50 had 40% silver content. 40% pure silver. From 1964 and earlier, they had 90%. Now the first thing I can do very simply is look at the rims, okay, and see if I have any silver content in these, which just by doing this and looking at it like that, I can say that there's nothing in this pile, okay? But I'll still look at the dates anyway just to be sure, because you just never know, right? Actually, you know what, yeah, all right, fine, we'll look at them real quick. I was gonna say I'm not gonna waste your time, I'll do that with the other rolls, but we'll go quickly here. 74, 74, 74, so far the wrapper seems pretty accurate. 74, 74, 74, 74, yep, 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 yep. Well, 74. Okay, so no silver in that one. This next wrapper says 1972. What do we got here? Just looking at the sides. Don't see any, but I think to have silver in it. 72, 72, yep, yep, yes, yes. Okay. Alright, so far the wrappers are accurate. Alright, 71, 72. What we got here? Nope. But we'll check anyway. 73, alright, so the wrapper says 71, 72, and the first one I find is 1973, so tells me the wrappers aren't completely accurate, or the person who put this together wasn't paying attention. Which, who knows, maybe they forgot one. Maybe there is some silver in here. 71, 3, 3. Yeah, I got 73s in here too. Okay. Next one says 71. I'll save these wrappers too, because who knows where you can even find $half wrappers. Okay, looking at the sides, no silver, according to the rims anyway. Right. I know this is boring for some, but it's still, you know, it's still fascinating. It's fascinating to me. You may not enjoy it, and that's totally fine. That's why there's a million videos on my channel alone, and billions of videos on YouTube. So if you're still watching now, you are interested. If you're not interested, you can't hear me because you're watching something else right now. All right, 71. Split this one in half. Take a look at the rims. Nothing going on there. And nothing there. We'll just make sure. You never know if, you know, whoever put this together, if they missed one or not. You know, or like I said, if the wrappers weren't accurate to begin with. You never know what they mean, you know. But I cleared the one bank out, which is nice, because then I know that there's nothing going on there. Now, every single minute that they're open, there's a possibility of someone coming in and, you know, dropping more off. So that's why, you know, occasionally you go. You don't have to go out of your way and, like, check every day or anything ridiculous, you know, because you're going to spend money and gas, and it's going to be productive. But if you happen to be running an errand, you know, or you're in the area, it's something kind of fun you can do. It's just an adventure. But with this adventure, you just can't lose. You're trading your money for the exact same amount of money, just in a different form. The only inconvenience is to go to the store and buy something for $100 with a bunch of coins. Now, some stores could, you know, not let you do that, but for my purposes, like I said, this is forced savings for me. And what will I do with all these non-silver coins? Eventually, when I have enough, like maybe $1,000 or something, I will go back and I will trade these back to a completely different bank, by the way. Don't take a bunch of half dollars from a bank and then go back to the same bank to trade them back in. You will very much annoy them, and if they do have in the future, trust me, they won't tell you about it. I can almost promise that, because you're being annoying. Go to a completely different bank that you've never been to before. First, ask if they have any, and if they don't, cash them all in. But make sure that they're wrapped up nicely and stuff. Don't just get a big old water jug full of loose coins. They're going to be very annoyed at you. And they're probably going to tell you to come back with it more organized. All right. Okay. This one doesn't have any dates on it. It just says, I don't know what this says. Short 11. I don't know. And it's crossed off. This one that has no dates on it. Wouldn't that be nice if that was all 90% silver in here? Yeah. Not that lucky today. Okay, let's take a look at the rims. Ooh, you see what I see? Hey, let's try not to get a glare. I see this coin right here. Let me pop that out. Doesn't look to have any copper on the end. So, looks a little extra shiny. Notice the rim. I don't know how much detail you can get, but it's all silver in color. Unlike, let's see, this one. Can you see the difference? And how about that? 1967. This contains 40% pure silver and is worth roughly $5 right now. Bingo! We got one, which is nice. You know, there is a difference. Let me put this. I gotta go through these, but there is a difference in even sound too. You can do this with other coins, but here's a non-silver coin. Just try to listen to this. I don't know how well you can pick this up, but as opposed to the silver one, it's a huge difference in acoustics and how they sound when you flick them. Even like dropping it on a table. Non-silver, silver. They sound differently. It's like a real Zippo and a fake Zippo. If you're really into it, you can tell the difference. Let me do this again. Non-silver and silver. So, totally different. Alright, cool. So far I'm ahead of the game. Right now, if I stop and assume there's no other silver, I spent $100 on these coins and I have $105 worth of money. So, that's a good deal. Alright, let's check the rest of these. Like I said, even if I didn't find anything, I'd still be happy. I have $100 in my own personal bank now for emergency money. And sometimes, you know, some people look for them because they're old. You can't go by that. Look at this one. This is the oldest one in the pile, okay? But this one to the right looks older, simply because of its metal content. You see how the one on the left's shinier? Well, I don't know if you can on video, but just because of the silver in there. Silver's pretty and shiny, that's why everyone wants it. It's gold. I don't know who made that up way back when. Someone said, ooh, that stuff, yeah, we really want that. But for whatever reason they did, that's why we want it. 73, 73. This one looks nice and old, right? You think silver? Nope. 73. You can't go by the color, ever. I mean, the color in that it's old and dirty looking. Alright, so, 1972. And don't worry, I'm not going to do a bunch of videos like this in the future. If I find more, maybe I'll talk about it, but I'm not going to have a whole slew of like opening coin bags, and because I mean that does get boring. I personally would not want to see that, you know, just once every now and then like this. I only did this once before. Now the last time I did it, it was a huge score for me. I had dozens of silver, some 90%, but dozens of 40% silver, and that was purely luck. Some lady or some guy brought in his collection and didn't care, didn't know there's silver or whatever, and I made out like a bandit. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen all the time. It certainly didn't happen today, but I'm still ahead of the game, which makes me feel good. 72, 72, 72. Two more. Nothing. And nothing. But we'll look at them anyway. 74, 74, 77. Just a quick note, I believe, going back to this Eisenhower, I believe the Eisenhowers were commemorative. That's why you find even less of these in circulation, because I believe originally they were commemorative coins and they weren't meant for circulation. They just happened to end up in circulation because they did have physical face value. So, man, if I can go back, well, it's a stupid thing to say. If I can go back in time, you get a bunch of just regular money from the bank and make out. But if I go back in time, there's other ways to make even more money and more fun things in life. So it's kind of a stupid thing to say, but yeah, I wish that save more of these. Ooh, my birth year, 1984, and the newest of all the coins I saw today. 71, 73. All right, last one here. What we got? Nothing. And nothing. By the way, specifically with quarters, you can't look at rolls of quarters. Like, you can't just ask a bank for a roll of quarters and like open it and look through them, whatever. But every bank you go to, if you notice, if you ask for change, or even if you ask for their dollar coins, what they're going to do is they have like a big plastic tray, which you probably saw in that little video clip from the bank. But the plastic tray has, it's all divided. They have little nickels, pennies, all the different change things. And obviously in the quarters, you see the rims of them. If you happen to see a rim that looks like this, in comparison, it's nice and shiny and it's all silver looking, ask them, say, oh, can I take a look at that quarter real quick? And it might be a silver quarter. So you get one quick shot at that. It's just another little bonus. But anyway, 77, 71, 74, 71, 71, 71. Oh, something else I wanted to tell you guys. The one bank I went to there were huge jerks there. They have some policy that you can't get rolled change from them as a customer unless you have a business account with them, which I think is kind of stupid, but they have their reasoning. Maybe I'm not getting it, but yeah, you can't just go get a roll of dimes from them. You have to not only have an account there, but you have to have a business account. It's the only way they give you rolled coins, which is strange to me, but whatever. So that particular bank, I have no reason to ever go back into. But all right, so that's it. So we have 199 half dollars with no silver content, and that's totally fine with me because I have $99.50 here. And today's real score, oh, actually no, I threw 2 in there, so it's different than what I said. Actually, I have $100.50 in coins. So 201, whatever the math is. But here's the score for today. $5 in silver on this 40% half, and $10 in silver on this 40% Eisenhower. So not too shabby. And I'll look for the dimes, and more likely there's absolutely nothing here, but who knows. And if nothing else, I got 10 more bucks in the bank account. So that's it, guys. Just want to talk about coin silver. This is considered junk silver. It's your best, safest investment, I believe, on the planet. To walk into a bank and trade 2 quarters you have in your pocket for one of these, you're getting your money back in full every single time. It's just every single time you do that, you're getting a chance of getting some silver, which values more than the face value of that coin. So it's fascinating. It's interesting to me. It may not be interesting to you, but like I said, if you're still listening to me at this point, obviously you're interested, or you're extremely bored, or you made a huge meal and you're not done with it yet. So that's why the video is still rolling. I had a conversation with my friend recently that it's funny. I'm guilty of this, where if I grab food and watch, I'm having a meal or whatever, and I'm watching a YouTube video, and like I have just a snack, I won't click on a long video. I'll click on a short one. Or if I have a larger meal, like I'm eating my dinner or something, I will click on a longer video so I can be entertained while eating, which is very strange. But I'm sure some of you guys do that out there as well. So if you do, admit it right now in the comments. Let me know if you eat for YouTube videos, and if your food choice at the moment dictates the length of the video you're watching. Because it's hilarious, because I know some of you really do that as well. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video a little bit. Hopefully you learned some stuff. Look up this information, guys. You know, maybe in the description box, I'll put in some of the info on what coins have what silver content, because some people get confused. If nothing else at all, you know, when you buy something at the store and they hand you a couple, coins in change. Here's your change, sir. Here's your change, ma'am. Take a little gander. Look at your quarters. Is it 1964 or earlier? If it is, it's worth a lot more than 25 cents. Don't just go spend it at McDonald's. All right, it's just one of those little things. It's worth looking into sometimes. You don't have to obsess over it. It doesn't have to be like this crazy, insane hobby and like every 5 minutes you're at the bank bugging them. Don't do that either. Don't go extreme with it. But if you're running an errand, there you go. If you're by a bank, pop in. How you doing, guys? Be nice. These are people, even though the bank has rules and regulations, if they don't like you, they will lie to you. They will try to keep you away. If you go in there like a jerk and you're just demanding and aggressive and just like, if they don't like you or your personality, trust me, if they have some of this stuff, they won't give it to you. They'll lie about it. Because they are people, and sometimes people do things they're not supposed to do. As a bank, if they have it, they're supposed to give it to you, but as a person working in the bank, and they don't like you, they don't like your face or your attitude, they will certainly lie right to your face and say, no, we never get those, don't have them, you're wasting your time. And yes, that was Words with Friends in the background. So I'm going to go play my game, and after that, I'm going to make a knife review, which I'll probably post before this video, so that all the knife people out there can enjoy it. And if you're a knife person too, kudos, because you just got 2 awesome videos to watch. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really, I appreciate your time. This was a long, somewhat boring video, just opening these things for some people. But if you watched it, thank you. And yeah, it can be exciting to go in the bank. It doesn't have to be a bummer. So be one of those people that enjoy going to the bank. Make the world a better place. Take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.